Stocks stay ranged but firm today, though some weakness is seen in the financials after a good run over the two sessions. Power, energy as well as FMCG stocks lead the gains today, while realty and healthcare are a drag.
Power stocks jump. A strong demand outlook and a capex revival in the sector drives optimism across the ecosystem. Even power equipment suppliers join the run.
Himadri Speciality gains on plans to set up a lithium battery components unit. Angel One jumps after posting strong growth in November, while Green Panel slips after operations at its units are disrupted by the cyclone.
Crude slips to a 5-month lowest. Traders doubt the effectiveness of the OPEC's output cuts in light of rising U.S. inventories and a demand thaw in China. Saudi Arabia also cuts prices for Asia.
Hello and welcome to Business Lunch. I'm Nisha Podar. With me as always is Pavitra Parekh. So Pavitra, yet another good day and record smashing day. But of course, I think part and parcel of this market has been profit taking as well. And that's what we are seeing here today. Even though Nifty 50 has really taken it to another level, well, 21,000 could be still elusive today in trade because there has been some bit of profit booking. And in fact, at the moment, 20,900 has also been lost on Nifty 50, but just about touching on that. So that's what is really playing out at Nifty 50, 0.2% up still. But one pocket which is really seeing profit booking is the big financials, the heavyweights coming in from the banking pack. And that's why Bank Nifty is really showing underperformance to the key indices today, 0.34% down at the moment. Mid-caps also trending on the flat line at the moment, but advance decline ratio marginally in favor of the advances. And on my screen right now, ITC, Wipro, LTI, Mindtree, Nestle are some of the big heavy hitters that we see, Pavitra.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what's encouraging is to see that these sectors are participating, which haven't really done so in the past 2.5 days, right? So IT is coming back in a big way. You have all of the top gaining stocks, which are, a lot of them are from the IT space. So the likes of LTI, Mindtree, like Nisha was mentioning, Wipro, TCS. ITC is the top gainer on the Nifty. So that is holding up very well. And it's not just ITC, many from the consumption space. So take a look at Nestle, take a look at Britannia. All of these stocks are doing well today. Adani stocks also continue to do well. So there are a whole host of them which will come up on your screen. What's seeing some cuts in addition to the financials. So the Nifty Bank is down 400 points. But of course, you know, it's still up around 4.5% for the week. So just some profit taking there. In addition to that, it's a lot of the auto stocks and the two-wheeler makers in specific. There's a brokerage note. We'll take you through that in just a bit. And the PSU pack and the real estate pack, they started off quite well, but they are at the low point of the day right now. So I would watch for that as well. That's the shape of the market right now. We're going to keep revisiting this. But for now, let's kickstart the show by bringing you the top story on Business Lunch, which is that two-wheeler stocks are under pressure. This after CLSA downgraded a whole host of them after this big rally that we've seen in the past few months. My colleague Sudarshan is joining us now with the key highlights from that CLSA note. Sudarshan.
Two-wheeler stocks are in focus, with most of these stocks are currently down in the range of 1 to 3%. CLSA is today written on two-wheelers and it has downgraded these stocks, saying that these stocks are fairly valued, led by sharp rally. It has downgraded Bajaj Auto to underperform and target is rupees 6,382 per share. It has downgraded Eicher Motors to underperform and target is rupees 4,129 per share. Hero Motor is downgraded to outperform from buy and target is rupees 4,127 per share. It has maintained sell call on TVS Motor and target is rupees 1,378 per share. CLSA says it expects margins in electric two-wheelers to remain challenging in the near term.
All right, Sudarshan, thanks so much for getting us all those important details coming in from the brokerage report. But one macro cue that the market is really glued to is the monetary policy, and the 3-day RBI Monetary Policy Committee meet is underway with the rate decision due on Friday. And the CNBC-TV18 Citizens MPC expects no change in the rates and largely no change in the stance this time around, while growth projections are expected to be revised higher. So that's what is really coming in. Take a look at that.
The first question is, what will the Reserve Bank and the MPC do to interest rates on December 8? So,
no change.
No change. Pause. Shaumya? Shaumya?
I think it will pause.
Okay. Sajid? Pause. Okay, I think you're on mute. I could lip read you.
Pause, yeah.
Sonal?
Pause.
Okay. Dr. Sen?
Pause.
Okay, this is an easy one. Withdrawal of accommodation is the stance. Will that be retained, Shamiran?
I think at least for this policy.
Okay. Soumya, what do you expect?
It will continue to retain withdrawal and accommodation given the current inflation objective.
Okay, same as Shamiran. Sajid?
Retain it.
Okay.
Retain the same stance.
Sonal?
Retain.
Oh, Dr. Sen?
I would move to neutral.
Yes, sir. You have held that view. I don't know how the Reserve Bank is going to manage that transition, though, as and when they do. Well, a quick third question. Will Reserve Bank change the growth forecast from the current 6.5? If yes, to what? Shaumya, you say that first.
I think the Reserve Bank is likely to revise it upwards to around 6.8% or so.
Okay. Oh, 6.8. Yours?
Maybe around 6.7.
Okay. Sonal?
Raise to 6.7.
Okay. Sajid?
Raise to 6.7.
Dr. Sen?
Retain 6.5.
All right, that is what the Citizens MPC is expecting from the RBI this time around in terms of rates, the policy stance, as well as the growth outlook. But with that, let's move on and bring you some very interesting opinion. Nigel caught up with investor Monish Pavrai, and he spoke about a whole host of topics, including his own investment portfolio and his outlook on the Indian market. Listen in.
I think that, and I had a lot of discussions with Charlie on this in the last few years, is I have, in more than a quarter century of investing, I have the most bizarre portfolio one can imagine today. So about half the money, close to 40-50% is invested in Turkey in 3 stocks. Another 25% or so is invested in the coal industry in the United States, and we have a little bit in India, and basically I think that I've never had this kind of a unusual concentration, but I also feel with what we own that basically don't need to do much for a while. So I find in general the US markets, which is where I spend the most time, to be either fully priced or overpriced. It's not a problem to identify great businesses in India. I find that it is a problem to find them at attractive valuations. I think the area that in India that might be very fertile might be small caps and mid caps, but one would really need to be in the country all the time and, poring over those, one business at a time and kicking the tires. So I don't see as much opportunity amongst the larger Indian businesses, but I do believe that India Inc. Will do extremely well.
All right, India Inc. will do well. You can catch the full conversation today at 4:30 p.m. Very interesting. Don't miss it. All right, and investors really continue to crib about our valuations as well. On that note, we'll slip into a short breather on Business Lunch. On the other side, crude hits a month low while cryptocurrencies rally today. We get you all the details from these asset classes when we return.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into Business Lunch. By the way, the mid-cap index has also moved into the red right now, and the banks are seeing even more pressure coming through. So it's almost a 200-point cut that you're seeing on the Nifty bank, and the mid-cap index is around 20 points in the red. So do keep your eye out on that at the low point of the day. But let's talk about the commodity space now, because there's been a lot of action. Crude prices continue to fall, with Brent currently around $77 a barrel on stronger dollar and underwhelming production cuts announced by the OPEC as well. Manisha, it's a 5-month low now.
Well, it is. And, you know, in September, it was trading at a $96 off a high. So from there to almost 76 is $20 shaved off in a matter of a couple of months itself. For October and November, we've seen the crude oil prices decline, and December is no different, really, because we have seen that pattern continue into this month also. Well, the OPEC and allies cut is something that the markets believe will not perhaps be seen on ground. That is weighing on. And then you are looking at higher production from Brazil, from Libya, from US, where the production is at all-time highs. There are higher inventories as well. And Moody's now putting out a negative outlook on China, where the demand in any case has been uneven. So has been the economic data. Well, that also has led to some profit taking coming in for the prices. It's going to be important on how the China trade data is tomorrow, and then the US non-farm payroll data on Friday. I mean, these couple of events will keep the markets quite occupied.
That's right. We are not complaining about lower crude oil prices, Manisha. It just helps our import bill. But cryptocurrencies have been on a tear. Bitcoin really hitting a 19-month high above $44,000. Tell us more about how do you see cryptocurrencies really panning out, Manisha?
Well, this has been a great year for many of these cryptocurrencies as well. Markets do believe that much of the speculation and froth is now out with what's happened at FTX and Binance. Even with all of those kind of reports and news, we haven't seen cryptos actually see a complete sell-off there. We did see a $16,000 off a low, but from there, it has been higher highs every month that we have seen come in from many of these cryptocurrencies. The overall market cap has been increasing as well. Yesterday, we were talking about 40,000 being taken off. We're talking about 44 and 45,000 in the day today. So there has been a lot of support into this space. Millions of dollars are being traded within crypto even now. So there is interest that is coming back into this space, whether it is about concerns in fiat currencies, the dovish statements that the US Fed has been coming out with. And then the markets also believe that the Bitcoin halving that happens every 4 years will now happen in the month of May in 2024. Well, that also is mostly supportive for the prices going forward. Well, we have seen nearly 165% of gains come in for Bitcoin in this year. There are strong gains that you are seeing in case of Ether, XRP, Aurora, Gala. All of these cryptocurrencies also have seen higher market capital and higher trading numbers and volumes as well. So anywhere between 85 to 105% of jump is what you've seen in many of these.
And even then, crypto watchers are calling this only the start of a multi-year bull run, right? That is the kind of optimism here. Manisha, thanks a lot for bringing us all of those details. We do need to take a short break now. But when we come back, we're going to bring you the latest updates on Cyclone Migjuam that has made a landfall yesterday in parts of Tamil Nadu as well as Andhra Pradesh. Stay tuned for those updates.
You're watching Business Lunch, and market is losing ground fast. In fact, Nifty 50 is just on the flat line with only 20 points gains. Only Reliance Industries and ITC, these two are really keeping that in the green. Otherwise, there is enough profit booking, especially coming in from the PSU companies led by NTPC, BPCL, Coal India, and also some of the metal counters. So keep an eye out on that. Bank Nifty is racing towards 0.5% cut at the moment. In some national development, to the latest coming in on the severe cyclonic storm that we are seeing, and Cyclone Migjuam, which we can remember after making a landfall yesterday. However, the aftermath has left many stranded and brought life to a standstill in parts of Tamil Nadu as well as Andhra Pradesh. Now, at least 12 people have lost their lives in the past 2 days, and the IAF is delivering aid in parts of Tamil Nadu, and CNN News 18's Purnima is joining in with the latest ground report.
It's been 3 days and several areas continue to remain inundated. One, of course, is Velachery, which continues to remain inundated. Some of the cars are submerged. The flyovers are filled with cars because the entire stretch, if you can see, remain inundated. And many people are being rescued, from children to senior citizens. Some of them are being rescued, but some of them continue to remain stranded. In fact,
a lot of people are there. It's very bad. It's very bad. Yeah.
No power at all for the last
2
days.
No power. Water is almost chest height there.
Neck deep level.
So everybody is coming out for getting some food or milk or something.
Your mom is still stranded.
She's on home only. We were very bad that we didn't got any information from the government. From yesterday onwards, with that battery level, the charge, we are trying to call 1700 1077 1913, but still now we don't know very badly, because see, it's not like that we couldn't, people can't see there and all. It's everybody can see. You can't come inside, like for me and all, it's this much of water. Nobody can come out. Now today in the boat also, we came in a private boat, no government.
And we had to pay so much for the private boat, then they are demanding more, and not even one came out. And can't they take some steps to pump this water out so that all can be safe inside? What responsibility do they have? We really don't understand.
Ma'am, how old are you, ma'am?
I am 65 years.
65.
It's very difficult, madam. It is very, very difficult till the neck water level is there, and no one has come, nor they are coming and seeing and watching us. I mean, any help they could be done, nothing they are doing it. It's really very sad.
To go from here?
Now I'm just planning to go to Dandiswar and her brother's house.
Okay, so they have come here to rescue us. They are taking us. My brother.
Your brother. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, no. From the political party, no help. It is only the family, relatives, and friends who help. Friends came all the way with pushing the boat, because so many people were there. Here and there, we had to pick people, small children, animals.
Relatives are helping. Government
Not the cell is working. No, that is also there. We are not able to contact. Because my son is there, I'm not able to contact.
Party holding next time.
So only friends and family members are helping them. Many people continue to remain stranded. And you can see, if I can show you the visuals, the entire area is inundated. Many people are stranded. The challenges that they face is that there's no power. There are no basic amenities that they have, which includes food, water. And they are coming out. Some of them are even struggling to buy medicines. In fact, they are now seeking help. They say that the helpline numbers are not working, and they've arranged private boats to rescue those stranded. They're saying that it's 3 days and the water levels are not receding, and there is no one to take stock of the situation from the government. That's the angry residents here in Velachery who say that there is more that needs to be done, because every time it rains, they are getting reminded of 2050 December floods, and the situation, they say, continues to remain the same from 2015 till now, when the city witnesses incessant rains.
All right, extremely tough situation there in Chennai. Like you can see, the waterlogging has continued for the third straight day, and citizens really having a tough time. So we do hope that everyone can be brought to safety soon. But with that, let's also move on and bring you some updates from West Asia. Israel's military continues to push south in the new phase of its war with Hamas since the truce expired last Friday. Now, meanwhile, the US has also called for more aid to reach Gaza. We have NBC's David Noriega, who has the latest.
In Israel, a meeting between the families of hostages still being held in the Gaza Strip and the Israeli war cabinet grew contentious as those families demand negotiations for a new ceasefire so their loved ones can be released. The intensity of their demands is growing alongside the intensity of the Israeli military campaign inside Gaza. The IDF says it is close to penetrating the heart of Khan Yunis, the second largest city in the Strip, as hundreds of thousands of people are ordered to evacuate south. Many of them are people who had already been displaced from the north and had to move once, twice, or even 3 times before. This is happening in the context of a severely deteriorating humanitarian situation where people have little to no access to clean water, shelter, or food, and disease is rapidly spreading. The United Nations says people are being packed into an area that represents about 1/3 the size of the Gaza Strip. Residents in Gaza consistently say they feel there is nowhere safe for them to go in the face of Israeli bombing. From Tel Aviv, David Noriega, NBC News.
All right, that's from the international development, completely out of time on this edition of Business Lunch. But Mid-Cap Radar comes up next. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so much.